A big hello to everybody watching this video. I hope you're having a nice day and I hope I can make it better by teaching you how to make these tiles in 3D, Blender 3D, so you can print them for your tabletop games. It's still a pretty easy process. In part 1 we learned how to make these 3 different variations. We started with a basic 2-on-2 tiles. Went on by making these ones, which was basically just 4 versions of the first one that we joined together. And then in the last part we made these tiles with walls. For this tutorial, making wood floors, we will only be using this one. So let's make the others disappear. If you haven't viewed part 1, it will only take you about 8 to 10 minutes, I think, to make this version, which we'll be using to make our floor tiles. The first thing you want to do, and it's always a good habit, is select it, right click and press duplicate objects. You can see now we have a duplicate of our base tile. The reason why we're doing this is because we're going to be making lots of different base tiles. We're going to be making cobblestone tiles, we're going to be making sand tiles, water tiles, whatever. And you don't want to spend time making new basic tiles every time that you do. So let's start. At first we're going to be going into edit mode, so we press tab after we select it. There you go. And then we're going to use, for our select mode, face select. I already did it. It's highlighted in blue. We're going to select the first face, then press shift and select all the other faces. The reason why we're doing it like this is because we're going to be subdividing those faces and we don't want the spaces in between or on the sides to be subdivided. So like I said, we're going to be subdividing these spaces. We're going to press Ctrl E and then select subdivide. And you see it's subdivided in 4 squares, or every square is subdivided in 4 squares. We're going to up that to 32, which makes a much bigger subdivision. Now for this I prefer to use vertex select, so we're going to make sure that one is highlighted and we have all these dots. Just for the sake of this videos, I'm only going to work with the upper 2 squares here, and we're going to be ignoring this, but yeah, you're going to be repeating the process for these two too. So every 5th line we are going to select 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. Then press shift to make sure that we select the others. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Press shift. Go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Almost there. One, two, three, 4, 5. And that will be the horizontal lines for our floorboarding. So let's say the boards are rather long. So for the vertical lines, we're just going to be making a rough estimate of how long these boards are. You can pick whatever suits your vision, whatever suits your style, and then for the ones under it, we're just going to select them about halfway. There you go. It doesn't need to be very precise. It's TTRPG. And we're repeating the process. Whoop. Almost there, 2 more rows to do, and then we'll be done. This is kind of the same way you'll be doing brickwork on your walls. Oh, Ctrl Z to undo. Up. So yeah, this is the part where you should be pausing the video until you selected all the squares under here, but for the sake of this video and to not make it too long for you guys, we're just going to work with the upper squares. Now we're going to side view. I'm going to use X, but since these vertices here are selected, you can press Y too, but for me let's press X now. So you see the division between the tiles to make it roughly 1 inch. Is rather deep. And what we want to do is make sure that the planks, that the wooden boards don't go deeper than this. Maybe about halfway, probably not even. So we're going to press move. Select the blue arrow and press everything down. There you go. For context, this looks like a lot. But if you're going to be printing this, these spaces between the boards are not even 1 millimeter. So it will have a perfect board look. Let's go back to edit mode. Now, here's where things are going to be different. So if you want to add some more texture, which I'll always do, you could use the same method and select a few lines, press down, and you'll have some more wooden texture in it. That's actually how I started it, but there's a quicker way to do the rest. So first up, we're going to subdivide these squares again. So select everything here. Do the same for this one. And if you're doing the 4 squares, of course, you're going to do the same. Again, press Ctrl E, subdivide, and yeah, maybe for the sake of it, no. 1 will be good enough, or maybe no. We're going to be sculpting, so if your computer can handle it, you're going to be subdividing a lot more. So what we have now is a lot more vertices. Now we're going to be pressing tab again, going from object mode to sculpt mode. And there you have different things we can do. We're going to be using the draw sharp tool, so highlighted in blue. And now very important, the thing that I usually use for this is not 50 pixels, but 5. And then as strength you can use 1 or 1.5, but let's start with 1. There you go. So the only thing we need to do now is click and draw some lines in there. And you can do them straight, you can make them round up a little bit more. There you go. And you can print this with a filament printer. If you don't have the detail like you want printing it as is, you can just print the tile sideways and it will get that way. But I use a Creality Ender and it does fine printing flat. You'll get the result like I showed in the thumbnail. There you go. And just choose whatever picks. Don't be too hard on yourself drawing the texture in sculpt mode. The idea is to make it look natural, so you don't have to analyze it. I'm trying, because the boards are not that long, I'm trying to make sure that I don't do more than 2 lines per bit. And there you go. You have your wooden boards ready to be printed. Hope you liked the video. Next time we'll be making cobblestones and be using again mainly edit mode and sculpt mode. Hope you liked it. If you did, please subscribe, please like the video, leave a comment and even make suggestions for another tutorial. I'd love to hear them. Have a nice day. Bye.